Imagine walking into a McDonald's and buying a Big Mac, fries and a Coke. Now imagine believing that your meal is the reason McDonald's became one of the richest companies on earth. It sounds obvious. After all, McDonald's sells burgers, right? Actually, not exactly. Every single day, nearly 70 million people eat at McDonald's restaurants around the world. Millions of burgers, millions of fries, millions of drinks. But here's the surprising part. Those burgers are not what built the company's financial empire. In fact, if McDonald's suddenly stopped making the highest profit on burgers tomorrow, its business model would still remain incredibly powerful, because behind every Big Mac, behind every drive-thru, behind every Happy Meal, there's a completely different business hiding in plain sight. A business so powerful that many financial experts don't even describe McDonald's as a restaurant company anymore. Instead, they describe it as something entirely different. But before we reveal what that is, we need to travel back more than 70 years, because everything started with one small restaurant and one revolutionary idea. Long before McDonald's became a global icon, America looked very different. Back in the 1940s, most restaurants worked the same way. Customers parked their cars, waitresses walked outside to take orders, food often took 30 minutes, sometimes even longer. It wasn't fast, it wasn't efficient, and it certainly wasn't designed for millions of customers. Then came two brothers, Richard McDonald and Maurice McDonald. They weren't trying to build the biggest restaurant chain in the world, they simply wanted to build a better restaurant. So they did something almost nobody else had done. They redesigned the entire kitchen. Every movement, every employee, every cooking station, every piece of equipment was organized like a factory. Instead of chefs preparing dozens of different meals, they dramatically simplified the menu. Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, milkshakes, soft drinks, that's it. By reducing complexity, they achieved something extraordinary. Food could now be prepared in seconds instead of minutes. Customers received consistent quality. Costs dropped. Efficiency skyrocketed. This system became known as the speedy service system. Today, it seems completely normal, but in the late 1940s, it completely changed the restaurant industry. Without realizing it, the McDonald brothers had invented the blueprint for modern fast food. Business owners from across America began noticing something unusual. Cars kept lining up, customers kept returning, and profits kept growing. The restaurant wasn't just serving food, it was serving speed. And in business, speed is often worth just as much as quality. Little did they know, someone else was watching, someone who believed this tiny restaurant could become something far bigger than anyone imagined. That man was Ray Kroc. And when he walked into McDonald's for the first time, everything changed forever. What exactly did Ray Kroc see that everyone else completely missed? In 1954, a traveling milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc received an unusually large order. One small restaurant had ordered not one, not two, but 8 milkshake mixes. For Ray, that immediately raised the question, who needs 8 milkshake machines? Curious, he decided to visit the restaurant himself. What he found completely changed his life. Customers weren't waiting, employees weren't confused. The kitchen moved with military precision. Every burger looked the same, every order came out quickly, everything felt like a perfectly designed machine. Ray Kroc wasn't amazed by the food, he was amazed by the system. Most people saw a successful restaurant. Ray saw something much bigger. He saw a business that could be copied again and again and again, across every city, across every state, eventually across the entire world. That idea became his obsession. Ray approached the McDonald brothers with a proposal. What if we opened hundreds of restaurants using this exact system? The brothers were cautious. They had already tried expanding before, and previous franchisees had failed to maintain quality. They weren't interested in becoming a giant corporation, but Ray was. Eventually, an agreement was reached. Ray Kroc would begin expanding McDonald's across America. At first, growth was slow. Every new restaurant required finding operators, training employees, maintaining quality, and convincing investors that fast food had a future. Many people thought he was crazy. Some believed Americans would never trust identical restaurants across the country. Others thought customers wanted variety, not consistency, but Ray believed consistency was exactly what people wanted, whether you were in Illinois, California, or New York. A McDonald's burger should taste exactly the same. That level of consistency became one of the company's greatest competitive advantages, and within a few years, new McDonald's restaurants were opening faster than anyone expected. But despite the rapid expansion, there was one major problem. The company wasn't making enough money. Ray had built a fast-growing business, but growth alone doesn't create wealth. Profit does. And that's when someone introduced Ray Kroc to an idea that would completely transform McDonald's forever. What was the one idea that completely changed McDonald's future? If you ask most people how McDonald's makes money, they'll probably give the same answer. They sell burgers. It's a reasonable assumption. After all, every McDonald's restaurant is filled with food. But here's the surprising truth: the burgers are only part of the business. The real breakthrough happened when financial expert Harry Sonneborn joined McDonald's. He looked at the company from a completely different perspective. Instead of asking, "How can we sell more burgers?" he asked, "How can we build a business that earns money even before a burger is sold?" That single question changed everything. His answer was surprisingly simple. Don't just franchise restaurants, control the land underneath them. Instead of allowing franchise owners to choose any location they wanted, McDonald's would secure prime real estate. Then, franchisees would lease those locations from McDonald's while also paying franchise fees and royalties. Suddenly, the company wasn't just earning money from food, it was earning money from the locations themselves. Every successful restaurant strengthened the value of the land. Every new franchise created another long-term income stream. And every new location made the entire network even more valuable. This wasn't just a restaurant strategy, it was a real estate strategy disguised as a fast food business. Think about it. When you drive through almost any major city, where is McDonald's usually located? Busy intersections, major highways, shopping centers, high-traffic neighborhoods. Those locations weren't chosen by accident. They were investments. And over decades, many of those properties became incredibly valuable. While competitors focused on selling more meals, McDonald's quietly built one of the largest commercial real estate portfolios connected to a restaurant business. That's why many business experts say something surprising. McDonald's doesn't just sell burgers, it monetizes a location, and that's a completely different business model. At this point, you might be wondering, if McDonald's controls the land, collects rent, and charges royalties, why would anyone want to become a franchise owner? It's a fair question. The answer comes down to one word: predictability. Starting an independent restaurant is incredibly risky. A new owner has to create a brand, design a menu, build trust, find suppliers, hire employees, develop marketing, and hope customers actually show up. Statistics show that many independent restaurants fail within their first few years, but a McDonald's franchise offers something different. It offers a proven system. The brand is already trusted. Customers already know what they're getting. Marketing is handled on a global scale. Supply chains are optimized. Training systems are standardized. Operational processes have been refined over decades. A franchise owner isn't buying a restaurant, they're buying a blueprint. They're paying for decades of experience, millions of dollars in research, and one of the most recognized brands on earth. For many entrepreneurs, that trade-off makes perfect sense. Yes, the fees are significant, but the risk is often lower than building a restaurant from scratch. That's why thousands of business owners continue joining the McDonald's system, not because it's easy, but because it's predictable. Imagine trying to negotiate the price of beef for one restaurant. Now imagine negotiating for tens of thousands of restaurants. The difference is enormous. McDonald's purchasing power allows it to negotiate favorable prices for ingredients, equipment, packaging, and logistics. That creates efficiencies that smaller competitors simply can't match. The same is true for advertising. A local restaurant might spend thousands of dollars promoting itself. McDonald's spreads global marketing costs across an enormous network of restaurants. Every franchise benefits from campaigns that no independent restaurant could realistically afford. Then there's technology. Mobile ordering, loyalty programs, digital kiosks, delivery partnerships. These systems become more valuable as the network grows. Economists call this a scale advantage. The larger the system becomes, the stronger it gets. And that's why competing directly with McDonald's is so difficult. You're not competing against one restaurant, you're competing against decades of accumulated experience, infrastructure, and brand recognition. So, is McDonald's a burger company? Yes. But that's only part of the story. Behind every burger, there's a business system. Behind every restaurant, there's a carefully selected location. Behind every franchise, there's a standardized operating model. And behind every golden arch, there's one powerful idea. The world's biggest companies don't simply sell products. They build systems. Products can be copied, recipes can be copied, even prices can be copied. But a well-designed business system is incredibly difficult to replicate. That's the real lesson behind McDonald's. Its greatest asset isn't the Big Mac, it's the business model.